Okay, good evening and welcome back to our February 26th commission meeting. We only have 2 items on the agenda for this evening, and we will start with agenda item 38.
Item 38 is a legislative petition to vacate submitted by Tommy G. Matheson for a portion of 74th Street North, lying west of lots 11 through 14, Block D, Bond Creek Park. The public hearing was properly advertised. Affidavit of publication has been received for filing. Letters of no objection have been received from the appropriate parties. All interested parties have been notified as to the date of the public hearing. No correspondence has been received. The matter is properly before the board to be heard.
I don't have any cards on this agenda item,
Move approval.
so I'll close the public hearing. And a
Move
motion
approval.
by Commissioner Long and a second by Commissioner Eggers. Okay, open up the voting ballot, please. Unanimously approved. Very good. Agenda item 39, this is the second and final hearing.
Item 39 is a quasi-judicial hearing. All of those wishing to give testimony in these items, please stand to take the oath. You swear to tell the truth in the testimony you're about to give, signify by saying I do. Thank you. This is case number ZLU 311218, application of Pinellas County and Girl Scouts of West Central Florida for a zoning change from AE Agricultural Estate Residential, RR Rural Residential, R2, Single Family Residential, R3, Single Family Residential, RM5, Residential Multiple Family 5 units per acre, RPD 2.5, Residential Plan Development, 2.5 units per acre, RPD 5, Residential Plan Development, 5 units per acre, PRM, Preservation Resource Management, and AL, Aquatic Lands, to PRM, Preservation Resource Management, PC, Preservation Conservation, RBR, Resource-Based Recreation, FBR, Facilities-Based Recreation, and AL, Aquatic Lands, and a land use change from RL, Residential Low, and PRM, Preservation Resource Management, to ROS, Recreation Office Space. The public hearing.
Open space.
I'm sorry, Recreation Open Space. The public hearing was properly advertised. Affidavit of publication has been received for filing. No correspondence has been received. The matter is properly before the board to be heard.
Okay, again, I do not have any cards for this agenda item. Right? Okay, I'll close the public hearing.
Move approval.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Long, second by Commissioner Gerard. We'll have the voting ballot, please. Okay, that's unanimously approved. And then Commissioner Long asked if she could finish her comments from,
Thank you, Commissioner Seal. I really appreciate the board's indulgence. I have my composure back, but there are just a couple of things that I did want to finish sharing with you. The John Maroney Legacy Foundation website is being worked on as we speak. In the next day or two, you'll see the homepage. I've asked the board members to provide their bios and a photograph. There also we're going to share, we now literally have a nice big database that we can drive all of our communication and our letters of invitation and our sponsorship levels out through the website so that we don't have to go as crazy as we did this year trying to do all that by hand. And I want to do a special shout out to Neil Brickfield and PAL for being so accommodating by taking in all the checks this year because we literally had no place to park the money. For those of you that have been asking me about, well, okay, we raised all that money, you only gave out $30,000, where's the rest of the money? As you know, some of it went to pay expenses, and because there was no criteria or any kind of anything about how the money was distributed, it was all done by Commissioner Maroney. we felt that it was appropriate that we develop some criteria, have some objectives and a mission statement, and determine, who, what, how the money is distributed, and it all shouldn't be just left up to me, that it really needed to have more structure to it. So the money is safe, it's being very well looked after in a good bank, and we'll keep giving you updates as we move forward. I am so proud to share that we have had a commitment already for another large sponsorship next year for $10,000, and we have had some commitments from folks who are very interested in becoming part of the John Maroney Legacy Society as founding members. So stay tuned for updates on that. Our PSTA board meeting is tomorrow, so we will be taking up a lot of the issues at that board meeting that you heard our citizen talk about today. I do believe that you have all received some great additional information from Doyle on things that are going on as it relates to transit and transportation in our region, especially the new pilot project that FDOT is partnering with us to do as it relates to how buses and little mini trains can operate on the shoulder of an interstate. So that should be very interesting as we move forward with that pilot project, which we hope is going to begin in very early 2020. The FACT Legislative Day is, oh shoot, I wrote that down. Commissioner Peters, you and I were talking about that this morning. Well, it's coming right up.
March 27.
March 27th in Tallahassee, thank you. And I'm going to hand out these things for you to have as you are all out meeting with CEOs, presidents, and the owners of, can you take one? Pass the others down, please.
Yes, ma'am.
This is information on the link that the Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council has built that C.J. Reynolds, some of you might know her, we stole her from the University of South Florida, and she has put this together in an effort to keep track of those private businesses that have agreed to become part of the Climate Compact on climate change and sea level rise, and we want to be able to keep track of that so we can send them all invitations to the big summit that we are now in the throes of planning for next fall. Hopefully it'll be in October. It might be early November, just so you are aware. I think I've shared with you several times that our big initiative going forward is the bringing the business community to the table as stakeholders on the climate change and sea level rise initiative. And so there's a lot of activity, and I hope you all saw the St. Pete Sunday Times yesterday that had a front page article highlighting the whole entire issue and how hard we're all working to mitigate it and move it forward. So that is kind of the end of my report. And just one last thing, because it's so pertinent to the citizen that came to speak with us. As you know, PSTA is at its millage cap. And there are 5 municipalities in the county that do not participate at all in PSTA. There's a long history about why that is. It was due to a resolution that Senator Jones put into legislation way back when. It has been expired now for over a decade. And so it's time to take a look at that, and you'll be hearing about that as we from PSTA come forward to make the county aware of some of the challenges and the things that we're doing and some of the legal solutions that have been discussed. And I'm more than proud to say how pleased I am that Barry has implemented an opportunity to bring the transit pieces together that can also talk about economic development and transportation and affordable housing as a triangle, where if you start moving on one, it moves the other, like a real domino effect. I think that's been such a missing piece for so very long, and it's nice to know that you're starting to work on having those regularly scheduled meetings so that we can all be marching forward on the same path, with the same voice, with the same big picture in mind. These are serious issues, and they have plagued us for 50 years. I think we can all agree we are way, way behind the time. So if we mean what we say when we talk about how important this is for our quality of life, then we have to put in place our actions to mirror what we all say. And so with that said, that is the end of my report today, and I thank you for your indulgence. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
All right, well, thank you very much. And with that, we are adjourned. Thank you all.